My machine has 5 gears. It's unheard of to spread stone in your top gear full speed, but with this Topcon GPS, it's a cakewalk.
That sensor that the engineers have designed it grades flawlessly, whether it's flat and fast on a pad or whether it's on a hard embankment in a pond.
As long as my power is available right there, it's up and running like almost instantaneously. By the time I'm down on the ground setting up my rover, it's already picking up signal.
Now there was a little hesitation on the price end of it. When you're equipping a dozer, you're adding 1/3 of the cost of an earth moving machine. And for a lot of owner operators that are small, such as myself, it's a huge consideration. But when you take into the account that you're making your employee 50% more productive with a lot less downtime on questions about grading issues or what dirt goes where, it really helps you to maximize each piece of equipment.
3D-MC2, I believe, is going to give us an even extra edge over competitors. If people are impressed with us now, the use of 3D-MC2 is just going to make them even more impressed.
It's pretty straightforward. I like to call it idiot-proof. It's pretty simple. Just touch screen, push a button.
It just seemed like to me and my brother that the Topcon gear was designed for dirt workers by dirt workers. It was intuitive. The guys picked it up naturally. The Trimble system did not offer that. There was multiple steps you had to go through to accomplish the same task, and we all know that training our people is a huge expense, and we just felt like that we got a lot better deal with the Topcon system.
I'm not a computer guy. I don't ever run computers, and just kind of a caveman. So I was telling our surveyor the other day that I was surprised at how simplistic it was for me to operate it.
What I love about it, with the AgTech and the Trimble, you would have to go in and set up, you know, go into different files. This one here, you just turn it on and go to work.
The first day we fired it up at 2:30 in the afternoon. We'd never seen the system. The operator had never run it. We had a parking lot with an 800 cut on one side and a 500 cut on the other side. By 7 o'clock that evening, we had 4,800 square meters cut and on grade and cleared. Top that.
With Topcon GPS systems, we have our whole job site in the machine at all times, so we're ready at a moment's notice to go from the west side of the job site to the east side with virtually no production loss.
We're cutting a subgrade below our final muck layer, so we're having to dive in, cut the subgrade, and within 10 minutes put the final grade back on top of it. So the machine is having to switch from subgrade to final grade every 50 feet. And this machine, with the ease of the use of the touch screen, has made it so the operator can flop between layers instantly.
The conventional way, you'd call your grade man in, and if he came in 4 or 5 hours, that was a good deal. If he came the next day, you lose the whole day. Well, with this, you can just come up and you can give them the actual blueprint of where the building's going to go. You can add your building offset to your envelope, and you can give them grade all within 15 minutes.
We're able to cut quickly to a predetermined grade and not having to waste time laying it out with batter boards and whatnot.
I would think in something like this you'd probably save 20 to 30% as far as time spent with the dozer actually on site.
From the day we put it on our dozer, we immediately saw results. There's no doubt that we are grading at least double the speed of what we were before with double the accuracy.
If anyone who knows has seen graders or dozers spreading stone, it's first gear at a crawl. Click, 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 and then you're accurate. And with this machine, I've topped it out at top gear, 5th gear, spreading stone, and I've had our surveyor Ryan check behind me, and we were within our tolerances.
We put the road on grade with just a few passes, where normally we would have a grade man out with a boning rod to double check the grades. It's just as quick as the dozer can move. We found that we were on grade and moved to the next area from there.
It's superior because of the speed. And it's not just like a lot of people put it down that you don't have to go in 3rd gear because they promote you can go in 3rd gear. Well, you don't have to go to third gear, but if you want to go in second gear and you hit a rock or you hit something that throws the machine off, the blade response is so much faster that you don't notice it. So you're running it, and basically you're spending more time on the direction that you're running the machine and what's around you than worrying about if the blade is in the right, on the right grade, because it's on the right grade. And once you're on a flat surface and it's late, or you're in a rush to get something done, or the pavers are there and you got to get stuff done, or you have a lot of trucks, you have the option of going into the high speed. And for people that say you don't need it, there's a lot of times you need it.
The advantage of the speed is being able to put it on this high-speed bulldozer, where the speed of this squared system, the accuracy stays right with it when the speed moves up.
It's faster and it's so much smoother. You know, we don't have to follow behind it with a motor grader. You know, just putting in lifts, it does a great job first pass pretty much every time.
That dozer will make a 10 and 12-inch pass without a problem, but for the final grade with full control, wide open in second gear, 8-inch cut, you don't have to go back over it. Cuts it just like glass. Wow, it's just outstanding. I wouldn't be afraid to put that system on a D10.
We're looking to get within a 1/10 of grade across the 100 acres here. They're going to flow water across it, and it's going to be a bird sanctuary. So the tolerances are real tight.
If I wanted to cut at a certain grade, I'll punch it in, and it'll cut it. They actually just toe pulled this, and everything came out, you know, within 500ths. Can't beat that.
It really puts the grade to the ground where it's supposed to be.
The grade itself, we're getting results plus or minus a ½ inch.
Paving companies now, they don't even want to see footprints in the dirt. They want their stuff ½ inch or under. We now have the capacity to do that without going over and over and over and over and over it again.
We demoed this first, then we demoed the Trimble system. Basically, the response time wasn't the same. I was having difficulties with the response time on the other system opposed to this. This one keeps the blade always flat and always on the ground. It's phenomenal, actually.
The difference between the two systems is the speed that it can hold grading, and when you're pushing with the dozers, the MC2 can take a full blade without being taken off the grade, where the other system wasn't as stable, would lose grade when you had a full blade of material in front of it.
Prior to the new Topcon system that we have, we always left what I refer to as washboarding because of your speed going so fast. The blade chattered a lot, so leave that washboard effect. They put on the 3D-MC2 system. We're running in third gear at high RPMs, and it's smooth as glass.
We worked for a huge industrial contractor, one of the biggest in the world. Their quality control on an earthwork project called for 500ths. That's a ½ of grade over a 13-acre site. That is a huge conversation. And when you look at liquidated damages on a project that's $180 million, 2 or 3 days of extra dirt work can eat away at the profits and even put you in the hole on the job. With this technology, we not only performed to their specifications, satisfied their quality control department, but we've been invited to bid 2 more projects with them. They want us on their jobs because of this technology.
There's no grade man. There are no more grade sticks. There's no boning rods. There's none of that. All I need to do is figure out compaction levels.
Compared to a really good operator, you're going to increase 5 to 10%. Compared to someone that's new on the seat that really doesn't have an eye for it, that's not a naturally talented person, it's almost immeasurable. Like you can take someone that really doesn't have the ability to grade or to put something on grade, put them in the machine, and they're essentially as good as an experienced operator on level ground. I would say you're at least 50% improvement for a really inexperienced operator.
We actually have to push the operator who is used to grading at a slower speed, push him to operate faster.
He was probably one of the operators that he would have been one of the first to go just because his speed was so slow. But with this system, he's Superman now.
The way I see it, the system is going to now be able to keep up with any operator, no matter his skill level and any speed that he's going to want to operate at.
You're cutting down on your cost of your labor, and your production is going up. You have to also be aggressive with it too, because it can let you go fast, so you have to want to go fast too.
That's 5 acres of paving, cut 8 inches, stabilized, and the material replaced 8 inches, both cuts on grade in 5 days. In times past, this work would have probably taken us approximately 2 to 3 weeks. But because of Topcon GPS, we were able to complete it in 3 days.
I think return on investment with a D6, like a dozer system, I would arguably say within 1 to 2 jobs, you'll probably pay for the system.
We have been able to, in the last 3 years, triple our bottom line with the same amount of tractors and the same amount of people. The only difference is the GPS technology.
If we could double or triple our finishing speed, obviously we could possibly double or triple our profit.
This is a competitive industry. Contracting, I think, anywhere is a competitive industry, and I think in the Toronto market there are more contractors per square mile than anywhere else in North America, so low cost is key, and so if we can put more gravel in the ground or excavate more material, then that flows to the bottom line, makes us more competitive, so we can be successful on bidding more jobs and make more profit at the end of the day.
I would compare it to say a Cadillac, and then the 3D-MC2 as like a Ferrari. It is. It's that night and day. It's truly remarkable.
I think we found that our production levels have increased. I do believe that it's the way of the future. Like all things with technology, I think it's helping us move forward, and we didn't want to be left behind. So what we did was we decided to make the leap into GPS.
Eventually, everybody's going to want to have it if they're going to stay competitive. And it's like unbelievable. So the people that don't believe it or that think that it's not true, all they got to do is try it or just go see it. If you go actually see it working, it's incredible.
Basically, this Topcon system has made my life so easy, it's unbelievable. I can't say enough about it. Our production went through the roof, between 5 and 10 times as fast, with a fraction of the manpower. Yeah, absolutely, without any exaggeration.
We've outfitted 2 dozers right now with the GPS system. We are definitely looking at expanding. We'd like to outfit an excavator and possibly a grader. For all the applications that it's got, we're finding that it's got some tremendous applications, and I think that would be great moving forward.
We will be buying more. There's no doubt that we will be upgrading our systems.
If you're going to buy technology nowadays, you might as well buy the latest, greatest technology, and as far as I could see, it's proved to be everything it was said to be and more.
Now that we have it on one machine, I certainly wouldn't take the money back and let you have the system back. I think it's been a great return on investment. It's made everybody out here's job easier.
I guess the MC2 system may have been the portion that sort of put it over the top. The new system with the greater speed wasn't available with any of the other suppliers.
In today's market, you're not going to be able to be competitive without it, because so many people have adopted the technology at this point that the prices in this competitive market are reflecting the ability of the technology. Traditional methods of grading and staking are just gone. If you're going to be on a job much more than a home pad or basement, you're going to have the GPS technology to be competitive. We have seen our competitors literally begin to adopt the technology, and it's reflected in their bid prices. The first job they do, they're bidding their same old multipliers. But after they've had the technology a little while, you see their unit prices coming down. And that's just because they figured out that they can accomplish the work faster and cheaper.
We're going to bid the same. I figure we've probably got a 3-year window till everybody in the industry goes to this system, which they'll have to if they want to be competitive. But right now, you know, we'll price as we always did, and we'll just make way more money.